Okay, so here's something I want to talk about, Katie. Google has confirmed that it's going to be doing a big event on October 4th, and it's expected to be launching new smartphones. But what I want to know from you is, do you think Google should be still in the smartphone game? Do you think there's any point in Google still making phone hardware, or is it better off out of that business?
That's a really good question, Luke, because it wasn't that much of a compliment. When Google first launched its own smartphone, which was the original Nexus phone, it was a really exciting product. It got loads of attention. It was sold out online, I remember, for ages.
Oh, yeah.
And it offered, the kind of specs that you wouldn't necessarily be able to afford otherwise. So, the processor was much more powerful. And the design of the phone was nothing to write home about. I mean, the Nexus devices have never been kind of like flashy, cool phones to look at.
Fair.
And it also attracted a kind of a crowd of people that were really interested in having that really kind of pared back Android experience that they could customize without all the kind of bulk that you get with say a Samsung phone. So back then, the Nexus, I think, had a really important part to play, and I'm not sure whether that's still the case.
Well, I have to say I'm with you, because you're right. Google has an incredible pedigree when it comes to making phones. The Nexus, I think it was the Nexus 4 and particularly Nexus 5 as well. Huge sellout successes, but it was because, as you say, they offered great hardware at a really low price. And now, a couple of years down the line, I don't think that's so unusual anymore. If you look at cheap phones from basically everyone, whether it's Sony or Huawei or LG, Motorola in particular, makes fantastic affordable phones. And I think it's lost that unique selling point. I think while I still prefer raw, pure Android to the Android skins you get, I think undoubtedly they have all generally got better and the quality has come up. So I would rather see Google, actually, to be honest, focusing on less on phone hardware and more on the software side.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the stuff that they've been doing there, like Google Assistant that they were talking about at Google I/O, sounds really cool. Google should be the company that is absolutely crushing the AI game, because it's the company with all the data, right?
I mean, DeepMind, for example, it's got access to all of that kind of really cool AI stuff that a lot of other companies just don't have.
Yep.
And a lot of phone companies, hardware companies don't have. And I know that a lot of companies are working on their own versions of these things, but I feel like Google's probably streets ahead.
And then there's the Allo Messenger as well, which has just very recently come out, and that looks pretty cool as well, and we'll have to see if that takes off. But it feels like all the coolest stuff that Google's doing is software based, and so I was actually a little bit surprised when they sort of teased this phone business. I mean, we should say as a disclaimer that we don't know, of course, what Google is going to be doing. Only Google knows for sure. But the rumours are strongly pointing towards a phone. Google's little teaser video that they did definitely indicated a smartphone-shaped thing.
Given the price of the Nexus models, whether it was ever really about making a profit on these phones, I think it's almost more of an opportunity to showcase what the next generation of phones can do.
Sure.
And I guess,
and what Android can do, and what is, undoubtedly these phones will come with whatever Google's cooked up, AI and assistance
exactly.
wise.
And the Nexus phones also have a track record of getting the latest version of Android much faster, and I think that's improved a lot over the last few years. It used to be a real problem for Android phone owners, and it is much better now. But in terms of these kind of technologies, maybe we're going to see Google bring out something that is beyond what the general Android smartphone can deliver, in which case that might be quite exciting.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, the phones are rumoured to be called the Pixel and the Pixel XL, but we'll find out for sure exactly what Google's got cooked up on the 4th of October. CNET will, of course, be there to bring you all the latest. Anyway, we've had our say, but we want to know what you guys think on this. Should Google still be making phones? Let us know what you think.